Today's video is going to be about the Browser Exploitation Framework, or aka BeEF. This tool is included with Kali, and it allows you to set up a web server that will capture browsers and allow you to do things to the browsers. So let's get started. First thing we want to do is make sure your machine is up to date with all its patches. Let's see. That would be with sudo apt update and sudo apt upgrade. That will get it going. If you do not have BeEF already installed, some packages, sometimes it'll come with Kali, sometimes it doesn't. But you can just type in sudo apt install BeEF-XSS, and that would get it installed for you. It's already installed on this one, so we're not going to worry about any of that. So to get it rolling, all you do is you're going to go up to your Kali menu, and you're going to go to All Applications, and then you're going to scroll down to BeEF, and you'll see there's two options here, one for starting it and one for stopping it. So we're going to do the one to start it, and we're just going to click it, and it opens up another terminal window where you type in your password. And then it's going to start the server on the back end and then launch a web page for the interface to control it. Okay, and here you have it. Now our username is BeEF, of course, right? And then we type in our password. And then it's going to boot into the console for BeEF. You got a couple of things over here on the left-hand side. You've got these two online browser and offline browser tabs. You've got a getting started page, which is got some very useful information in it. You've got the logs, you've got a list of your zombies, and then you've got some auto runs. So what we're going to do to start with is we're going to look at these two links right here. It kind of gives you a link, and they're both, one is for like a basic web page that your victim would go to, and another one's a little more advanced one that looks a little more realistic. We'll go to the realistic one because that's probably the better one to go to. So what we're going to do is, you can see down at the bottom here, we're going to localhost :3000/demos/butcher/index.html. Now we're not going to do it from this page. What we're going to do is we're going to go over here to a Ubuntu machine, and let's get this one logged in. All right, now from here we can just go ahead and launch a browser. And what we're going to want to type in is the address for this machine. So I don't know the IP address, so we're just going to look it up real quick. All right, this is 55.4. Did I type that in right? Up to 11. Thought it was wrong. All right, so if we just go to that page, you're going to see that there's no connection, there's no web server running on the page because it's running on a different port. And in order to get to that port, you would just type in : and the port number. And if we go back and look at the where it started, you'll see that it's on port 3000 is the UI. But what about the the web page, the victim web page we're going to look at. That one is also on 3000. So let's type that in, colon 3000 slash demo slash butcher slash index dot html. Or we can just copy it. It went to 127. We didn't want that. All right, so let's try this one more time. 10.211.55.4. Is that correct over here? Yep, 55.4. There we go. So we got the page now. Now it looks like just a normal page. Not a lot going on there. But if we come back over here to BeEF, we can now see that a machine is checked in. We can see it's running Firefox. It's a Linux machine. And here's the IP address. So if we click on that, now it's going to go through and it's going to give you some information about it right off the bat. And here is just a ton of information that it can glean from the connection between the browser and BeEF, including the screen size. So a lot of good information there, but that's not where the fun is. If we go over here to commands, there's a whole bunch of commands we can run on it. Like right here, there's a browser some browser hooks, and there's a lot of stuff in here. It can detect whether it's got VLC or different toolbars, Silverlight, Real Player, QuickTime. It can detect all that stuff. It can detect if there's webcams. Here are some other ones that it can look at. There's just a lot of wicked fun stuff you can do with it here. Now, if we look down to social engineering, you can see that there's some stuff to do over here too. And look at this one that says Google phishing. Let's click this and see what happens. It brings up an explanation of what's going to happen, and it gives you an execute button down here at the bottom. So if we hit the execute button, you can see in the background something happened here. If we go back over to it, you can see that it looks like it's a Google login page. And this looks, it looks pretty decent. I mean, you can obviously do better, but, let's type something in. Bubba at gump1.com. And for a password, we'll type in a nice long password and we'll hit sign in. Oop. Look at that. It threw up a little error and then pitched us out to Google's sign-in page here. That's kind of odd. And that's the real Google sign-in page there. And here we're getting the problem loading page, unable to connect. So we'll have to go back and hit that because it didn't go to the right spot for some reason. And then we got a privacy notice over here. But if we look back over here, and if we come up and click on this command, you can see where it actually captured the username and the password that was typed in. So now that can actually be used on a site. So now that we have all that information, we can look around and let's just see what else we can do. What about network? Look, we can actually do some scanning on that network where the browser is coming from. So that's pretty interesting right there. Once you get all this information, then you can see what else is connected there and possibly pivot to it. let's see, you can run Metasploit module and download and get one installed on the system. Of course, some other exploits up here with just a lot you can go through. And there's just some basic stuff that, let's see, was it, I think down here. See, a fake flash update, fake notification bar. Tons of stuff. Let's do a fake notification bar and see what that does. Oh, look at that. We get this yellow banner up here. It says install missing plugins. And of course, we could have put a link to our payload right there and get them to install it. So this is just surfing the web with a browser can be very dangerous. A lot of people don't realize what can happen in the background, and that's kind of what this is designed to show you. You can actually use this in your pen testing. You can reset it to where it's not answering on port 3000, but instead on port 80 or port 443, and associate it with your domain or your infrastructure for your pen testing domain. So have fun with this. It's a lot of fun. You can really mess with your friends and give them a little demo and an education as well. All right, thanks for watching.